Christian, I've just been looking through this deal. One of the things it says is that they're going to establish what they call a reconstruction investment fund. And that is because the United States, America and Ukraine desire a lasting peace in Ukraine and a durable partnership between their two peoples and governments. But I think that the key phrase is this. The government of the USA supports Ukraine's efforts to obtain security guarantees to establish lasting peace. That is not saying that the government of the USA will provide security guarantees in return for getting quite a significant profit from any future money that Ukraine makes from minerals in the ground in Ukraine. So I think you can see that there's diplomatic language in there which both the Americans and the Ukrainians can say is to their advantage. And that presumably is what President Zelensky will be talking about when he comes here on Friday. After he comes here, he's going to the UK to talk to Prime Minister Starmer. And before he comes here on Friday, Prime Minister Starmer will be here in Washington. So you can see there are a lot of moving parts in this. But what is absolutely clear from what President Trump was saying today, he's very keen on getting his hands on Ukraine's mineral resources.
Well, Lindsay, Keir Starmer is on his way to Washington now. How's all this going to play into his visit?
I think it's going to be quite complicated. President Macron of France was here earlier in the week. He and the Prime Minister have said they'd be willing to provide peacekeeping forces for Ukraine. But Foreign Minister Lavrov of Russia again today said there is absolutely no way that they would accept peacekeeping forces from any NATO country. That is out. And yet here we have President Trump saying, well, you know, the Americans aren't going to provide any security guarantees. That's up to Europe. And yet all of this is putting the cart before the horse. There is no peace deal. There are not even any negotiations yet. Tomorrow in Istanbul, there will be discussions between the Americans and the Russians, but just about re-establishing proper diplomatic relations. They say nothing about Ukraine at all. So all of this stuff about the mineral resources and about the peacekeeping forces, it's all way in the future. What Prime Minister Starmer is going to have to do is try and persuade President Trump that there has to be a serious negotiation that doesn't give Russia all that it wants.
Lindsay Hill.